Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy, for you end up like Beezy. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. You feel me? For all my new subscribers and new viewers, I suggest y'all, bro. I recommend y'all, bro, to please go watch my favorite playlist section of them all, and that is the scare reaction playlist section, bro. I know a lot of y'all be like, man, man, YouTube's kind of boring, man. I can't find nothing to watch. Your boy Jay Willie Silly, aka Mr. Take It Easy, before you end up like Beezy, I got you, bro. Now, I mean, I got over 200 videos in the playlist section, bro. So make sure y'all go tune in to your boy Jay. And I said it before, now I'm gonna say it again. Like I said, please don't bust my bulls. You feel me? But your boy Jay is running the Madden 27 franchise, bro. So if you do want to join the Madden 27 franchise, Discord link is in the description down below. This is my last franchise that I'm doing ever. I know a lot of people really think I'm joking, bro, but all good things must come to an end. You know what I'm saying? All good things must come to an end. And I'm dead serious this time, bro, because honestly, it's a lot of hard work. Hard work! Hard work! It's a lot of hard work and dedication, for real. You know what I mean? All y'all got to do is just show up. I do the Discord. I put everything in place. That's all me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that it just doing that every year just kind of get a little bit draining. And then you come across people that don't listen, and then this happened and that happened. It's just kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this ever since like Madden 20, if I'm not mistaken, like Madden 23. You know what I'm saying? Madden 23, I think that's my first franchise, and that was Madden 27. You know, and like I said before, I said it before, and I say it again, like I said, on Bust My Bulls, you feel me? But I've formed genuine friendships, you know what I'm saying, with the subscribers. Like I said, not speaking on myself, but with these subscribers that watch me, bro. They became close and everything, bro. These folks actually, you know what I mean, be on the game with each other. These folks actually clicked up with each other, you know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing to see. So you never know, your best friend probably be in a franchise, you know what I'm saying? You looking for people to play with, you know what I'm saying? You probably find them, you know what I'm saying? Because literally, bro, like, these folks, bro, they didn't know each other at first. Now these folks playing with each other every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy thing to see, bro. These folks play with each other on Roblox. These folks play with each other on 2K. Like, they literally freaking friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, you know, get out your shell. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the last one I'm doing. So, you know, if you want to join, you could join. If you don't, and like I said, please do not just join the Discord, bro, and sit in there, because I will kick you. It's not a chat Discord. It's a Madden 27 Discord. So once you join, just tag me, and I'll get you situated. But we got 4 scary, true, stranded horror stories, man. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video. It's your boy Jay. Take it easy before you end up like Beezy. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and switch some right quick, you know what I mean? Just for the thumbnail time, you know what I'm saying? Just for the thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like, you feel me, the thumbnail is gonna be how I want it to be, because I feel like I'm over the thumbnail, bro. So we're gonna have to screw off the lot, you know what I'm saying? Put this right here. Oh my God, Jay, bro, just edit, man. Just edit, man. F all that editing, man. I don't edit, okay? You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get. Simple as that. You feel me? But anyways, thumbnail time. That's better. Yeah, that's very better. Please, y'all, don't bust my balls. Do not bust my balls. Please, y'all, don't bust my balls.
I hear weird stories all the time, but I never thought I would have my own to share someday. This happened to me about a year ago when I was basically stranded in the middle of nowhere. I'm in a band, and anybody who's in a band knows the struggle can be real.
One band, one sound.
There have been times when we've
Hey, bro, if y'all want to go look at the best band movie of all time, Drumline. Drumline with Nick Cannon, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that made me want to be in the band right there. One band, one sound.
In rooms that literally don't have another person in the building. You take show opportunities whenever you can get them. On this specific night, I drove about 2 hours from where I live to play a show in a small town.
Come on, local
The
band.
other guys in the band offered to drive me, but I told them I would drive myself since I would be driving right from my other job. Because of my band obligations, normal jobs have always taken a back seat, and as a result, I'm broke. I sacrifice bills all the time so I can put gas in my car to drive to these shows.
Yeah, bro, so you gotta understand, bro, like, and sorry for pausing again, but one thing that people don't understand, like, and that's one thing that I've understood when I started off my career, being a YouTuber, it's like, can't just be on some like, okay, I want to be a YouTuber, so I'm gonna be a YouTuber. F the job, man. I'm gonna just be a YouTuber. If your YouTube money ain't making money, you need to get your butt up and go get a job. You know what I'm saying? See, I make a good enough money on YouTube and Twitch where I ain't gotta work. You feel me? But it's like you need to go because your dream costs money. So, like speaking of my man when he had the band, your job don't be needing to take a back seat. If your job is bringing in most of the revenue, your job need to be the first option. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your job, and then the money that you get from your job, use it for your dream. You feel me? So the job that you working, the 9 to 5 you working, you already got a little side hustle when it comes to the band. You know this is what you want to do. Put the money that use your job as your job uses you. So the money that you get from your job, buy new equipment, buy new drum sets. But don't just put your band first if your band ain't making the most income. Because like I said, you going to be BROKE. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to have no money, bro.
When I was driving to that show, I realized that my gas tank was not in a great position. By the time I arrived, I was closer to empty than I wanted to admit.
Oh, shit.
After the show, my bandmates left before me. I grabbed a drink at a bar and hung out with the locals for a while before hitting the road. It was nearly 2 in the morning when I finally left. I pulled into the 24-hour gas station that was down the road from the bar, and I tried to get some gas. Of course, my car wasn't working at the pump. I had $5 in cash on me, so I used that and hoped I could make it home. I wasn't very optimistic. I did try texting my brother to see if he could Venmo me some extra money for gas, and that I would pay him back. But since it was so late, he obviously didn't text me back. I started the long drive home, and I didn't make it very far, as you might expect. I ran out of gas, and I still had almost an hour left to drive. I was sitting on the side of the road, trying to figure out what to do. Service on my phone was terrible, but I could probably get a signal if I got out of my car and tried hard enough. Since it was so late, I didn't really want to call anybody and worry them, especially since I was so far away from home.
Hey, bro, if you need help, bro, you need help. Don't be prideful now. You just send your little prideful butt on outside stranded. You know what I'm saying? Mother, if I need help, mama, I'm on the side of the road and I ran out of gas. Can you send me $20? Man, I'm calling aunties I've never talked to. I'm calling aunties I ain't talked to in 2 years. I'm calling uncles. I'm calling grandmas. I refuse to stay stranded on this side of the road. Don't let that pride get inside you now. Your little prideful butt gonna be sitting in that dang car. You're gonna be sleeping real comfortable in that car. Now, this is a position where pride does not take place in here. We calling everybody sister, brother, auntie, uncle, cousin. I don't give a damn. We calling somebody.
I thought about just closing my eyes and resting for a few hours until dawn.
Yeah, bro.
And then I would call someone.
Yeah, bro, prideful.
But I didn't know if that was against the law to technically sleep on the side of the road. It felt sketchy. I figured my best option was just to wait out the clock until dawn. I could call my brother and we could figure something out. I tried pulling up YouTube on my phone, but it just wouldn't load properly because of the bad cell service. I felt so helpless just sitting there. It was a real eye-opener for me. I really needed to get my life in order. I was sitting in my car for about half an hour when I caught something out of the corner of my eye. I looked out of the passenger side window, and standing about 30 or 40 feet away from my car was a person with a hood on. They weren't moving or doing anything that was necessarily threatening, but it didn't make it any less terrifying. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. If you see a random hooded person just appear in the middle of nowhere, you'd be a little freaked out also. I made sure I locked the doors, and I just kept my eyes on this strange figure that came out of nowhere. The only time I broke my stare was when I started looking at all my mirrors and the surrounding areas of my car to make sure I didn't see anyone else. There were no other people, no car, nothing. Just this person with the hood on. When I looked back at the figure, I noticed that they were moving very slowly toward my car. Like, unnaturally slow. I never felt so helpless in my life. I was literally in a car and I couldn't just drive away. It was like being stuck in quicksand. Eventually, they were within just a few feet of the car. I couldn't exactly tell what they looked like in detail, but I could confirm that it was a young woman under the hood, probably in her 20s. I tried shouting at the girl with my window still completely rolled up, asking what she needed or if she was okay. She didn't answer. Even though I was freaking out a little bit, at the end of the day, I still felt somewhat safe because I was inside my locked car. When she was standing a few feet away, she stopped inching closer. Then she just stood outside the car. It was the most unnerving moment of my life. Every minute or so, I would continue shouting at the woman, offering help. But just like before, no response at all. This may sound crazy, but I was trying to ignore her. Since I was stranded on the side of the road, I couldn't drive, my phone wasn't really working, and I wasn't about to get out of my car. I just decided to leave her alone. I was trying to sing songs and mentally work on some chords while this strange woman just stood a couple feet away from me watching. Ignoring her proved to be harder than I thought. I couldn't take that horrible feeling anymore. It had to have been 10 times I tried to communicate with this woman. Finally, I decided I was going to try to record her. I pulled up the camera on my phone and tried pointing it out the window, even though it was super dark. As soon as I started recording out the window, the woman moved in closer and started banging on the passenger door and trying to open it. I wish I had kept recording, but the panic I felt in the moment caused me to freak out and drop the phone. It almost sounded like she was growling or grunting. The sound was weird, almost unnatural. All of this happened so fast, but I still tried to get a better look at the woman when she was beating on the door. She really did just look like a normal girl with blonde hair. She didn't look evil or monstrous. I wasn't going to wait for this woman to break my window and try eating my face. I grabbed my phone from the floor of the car, my keys, and grabbed my guitar for the back seat. I took a deep breath, unlocked my door, and ran as fast as I could down the road. While I was running away, I looked back, and the woman didn't chase me. I stopped running and looked at her. She was slowly walking in my direction, but not running after me or even breaking into my car. She was just walking in the same direction as me. I shouted at her one last time, asking what she wanted, but still no response at all. She just continued to walk in my direction. That was a big nope for me. I turned back around and just ran as fast as I could. I remember when I was driving to the show, I passed a good amount of nothing. Before all of the nothingness, there was a small town. I planned on running as far as I could.
Hey, bro, what I would have did, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, shoot, man. For me, bro, I can't be stranded in the middle of nowhere, bro. I gotta keep walking, bro, until I get a gas station, bro. And then hopefully, bro, when I'm at the gas station that I come upon, bro, you ask for somebody to take me back to the car. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't. I can't sit stranded somewhere, bro. I just can't. Especially for me, bro, being as paranoid as I am, and just these are situations right here that I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? That I'm afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like just being stranded, bro, in the middle of nowhere, bro. Is just I don't know. I'm a very paranoid person. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's one thing about me. I don't know. I'm just very paranoid, bro.
In the direction of that town until dawn.
And nobody's after me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? Like people are the most wicked thing. It's people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people, man. Every time I step outside that dang door, man, I be on it, bro. I be on it. I can't help it. I'm always da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm in the neighborhood, man, I'm just always looking, because I just always feel like somebody up to something. Like I can't see your mind, bro. I don't know what you thinking. Like, dang, what if this the day that you thinking about shooting up the dang place that I'm at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much to grasp. It's so much to take in when you're around a whole lot of people. Because I promise you, when it comes to that, when it comes to these mass shootings, when it comes to these bombings, when it comes to all these horrific things, bro, they didn't think they was going to die. They thought it was going to be a normal day. I seen on the freaking news, like I said, I don't watch the news, but I'm subscribed to news channels for reactions. But I seen on the freaking post, man, the lady died just waiting for her daughter to come out grocery shopping. I think it was by a stray bullet. You know what I'm saying? Whole time that girl went inside that grocery store thinking she finna come back outside to her mama. She come back outside. Her freaking car is surrounded by police officers. Her mama dead. Just 30 minutes ago, my mama was alive. Now my mama dead. It's just, bro, when you outside, boy, you just always got to be aware, bro.
For help. I realized I could have called the police at any moment, but this didn't seem like a police call in my mind at the time.
And then you got crazy people that be in the woods. You got cults, man. You just got all type of effed up people in this world, bro.
As stupid as that sounds, where I come from, you avoid calling the cops whenever you can. It's an ignorant and stubborn characteristic.
It is.
At 6 in the morning, I was finally approaching the small town.
Stupid.
At the same time, I called my brother and told him what happened. He came to pick me up, and we took care of my vehicle. When we got back to my car, the back door was wide open. We looked inside the car, and nobody was inside and nothing was taken. I had some of my music equipment in the car, and she didn't take any of it. All she did was open the back door for some reason. My brother joked that she probably just wanted a place to sleep for the night, but my mind went somewhere much darker. I thought maybe she got into the back seat to hide, hoping that I would return to the vehicle that night. Obviously, I never saw this woman again. This is one of those stories that I'll unfortunately never have any type of concrete answer for. I've heard all the theories of what this woman wanted and what she was, and they all make sense. At the end of the day, I think it was just a strange, nomadic woman who happened to be wandering in this area I got stuck. I tried not to think of the possibility of what could have happened if she had somehow broken into the vehicle. I did learn something in all of this. I always make sure I have enough gas to get where I'm going now, because I never wanted to be stranded on the side of the road again.
I always make sure I got freaking gas, boy. Freak my car never on E. I don't know how the freak y'all do it.
This experience is something that still affects me today, even though this happened years ago. My eventual wife Jackie and I went hiking. I would say we were slightly more than casual hikers. We like to challenge ourselves just a little bit. Nothing crazy like Mount Everest, but we did like to hit the mountains here in the US. Being alone in the woods at night is like heaven for me. I know the thought of that could be scary for some, but not us. Just the sounds of the forest and surrounding nature are beyond therapeutic. When life would get too stressful, we would disappear into the woods for a while, and it was like the stress would just wash away. The bliss we felt from being in the woods would eventually go away forever. The hike started like all our other hikes. We figured out the path we wanted to take, where we planned on camping, and where to avoid the dangerous obstacles.
I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, bro. I just don't. I mean, I've realized, like, even yesterday when I reacted to, you know what I mean? This one cat that I reacted to. It was the last story, bro. He just like felt relief walking like around a cemetery. Like, bro used to walk around the cemetery because he felt like it was relaxing with his headphones in. So one thing I've just started to understand about people, like some things just relax people. You know what I'm saying? And just take the stress off of people differently. Like, I guess bro found some comfort, you know what I'm saying, and walking around the cemetery the whole time. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, my type of comfort, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, for me, you know, playing the game, or, you know what I'm saying, watching movies, you know what I mean? Just, sometimes what I really like doing is, being in my bed, bro, no phone, no TV, just straight darkness and quiet. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of times where I just sit in my room, bro, and it just be quiet. I be full awake. Just be in there and just laying down, looking up to my ceiling, bro. And that's the most peaceful thing to me, bro. No electronics or nothing. I know some of y'all do that. But walking around a dang cemetery, that junk right there is just weird to me. Like, what stress? Like, that's what I said. It's you, bro. You know what I'm saying? People, you know, like I said, different. We different. We unique. You know what I mean? That's the beauty about humans. We just so unique in a lot of ways. But it's just like, dang, walking around the cemetery late night. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it come to woods, it's like, woods is like the ocean to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the heck is in there. You feel me? It's like a different world. Once you step inside the wilderness, bro, it's a different world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for the ocean. So the woods and the ocean just never sat right with me, bro. I just feel like I'm always being watched. Like, you go inside the woods, you just always feel like you being watched. Like, it's just, I don't know, the woods freak me out, bro.
Jackie was good at that planning stuff. A few hours into the hike.
See, like, look at this. It's just something about the woods that just don't sit right with me, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, it's just creepy to me, all these trees, and I don't know, it's just, like, this don't look relaxing to me. It looked terrifying, bro.
Jackie stopped, put her hand up to alert me, and asked me if I heard what she just heard. At first, I didn't. I asked her if maybe she heard an animal, but she said it sounded different. Then I heard it. It was faint, but it sounded like a person screaming. We tried following the screams, and for a little bit, we were getting closer. the screams still give me nightmares. I'm still struggling to write this now. It wasn't just someone shouting. It was someone pleading for help, begging for it. While we were trying to find the source of the scream.
And that's what I'm saying when it come to woods, y'all. You got all type of people that be doing stuff in the woods, bro. Hiding bodies in the woods, torturing people in the woods. Like when it come to criminals, you know, when it come to cults, bro, the woods is where you gonna really find evil people at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the woods is a secluded area, no witnesses, very private. So if anybody hear you screaming, like old girl right here, anybody hear you screaming, nobody can hear you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you gonna find all type of crazy people in them dang woods, bro. You don't know who you stumble upon. You probably stumble upon the mob or something. Freaking trying to throw away a body or bury a body. You know what I'm saying? And then you stumble upon them. Now they start shooting at you because you a witness now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I just feel like staying out the woods, bro. You need to stay out the woods, bro. You're going to find all type of animals. You're going to find all type of people in the woods, bro. That is the perfect place for people to bury a body or to torture somebody. The woods, bro, because nobody going to be able to hear you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but you going to run, you know? Now, this lady right here probably getting tortured, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you going to run upon when it comes to these woods, bro.
For help, begging for it.
Now, they see you, now your life in danger.
While we were trying to find the source of the scream, Jackie was trying to get a signal to call the authorities. Being in the middle of the woods isn't exactly prime cell service. Each scream made my skin crawl. It wasn't like the screaming you hear in the movies. This felt so much more real and guttural. You could almost feel the pain in each scream and cry. I was yelling back, but the person screaming just kept yelling for help. We tried yelling for this person to give us any sign of where he could be, because we felt like we were walking in circles. But the person continued to just scream and cry. It was like they weren't even acknowledging us. I told Jackie to run out of the forest and go get help, and I would continue looking for this person. The screaming continued for a while, and I never became numb or used to it. Each and every scream made me want to scream. Just as suddenly as the scream started, they completely stopped. Now I started to scream like an insane person. I was trying to get this person to give me a sign that they were still alive, but there were no more screams other than my voice echoing. I kept exploring the area, and I finally found a backpack that was partially hanging from a tree branch. I don't know for sure if it belonged to the person screaming, but I was definitely somewhat in the area of the source of the screams. I looked inside the bag, and all that was inside was a cell phone charger, a cheap pocket knife, and a generic thank you card that was just signed with "Love Mom" in cursive handwriting. I started to shout for any signs of life, but nothing answered. I looked around the area where I found the backpack, but I didn't find any signs of life, a struggle, or anything. It was like this bag just fell from the sky. I continued to shout, but nothing shouted back. Eventually, Jackie came back and some law enforcement was with her. We told them everything that happened, and they looked like they took everything seriously. We left our hike and went home that night because we were clearly rattled from everything that happened. The worst part of all of this is that nothing came from it. The person screaming has never been identified.
Exactly. Like, what the freak was this screaming? Like, you would think if somebody was screaming and then such and such Jackie and what's her name screaming back, you would think, I'm over here. I'm over here. You feel me? You would think they'll be, you know what I mean? Like trying to answer them, but these mother effers just keep on screaming. You feel me? So it's no telling what type of, you know, was that a scream to try to lure you in? Are you being watched? You know what I'm saying? Are you being watched and that was a scream to try to lure you in a trap? You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. Was it paranormal? That's why I say when you go inside them woods, bro, all type of stuff in the woods you don't know nothing about.
No new missing person reports in the area. They even tried matching the handwriting with that of mothers of other existing missing persons, and there was no match. This is a strange and unexplained mystery, and all these years later, it still bothers me. We don't even hike much anymore because every time we're in the woods, I can't help but be reminded of how horrible those screams were. They cut deeper than any wound I've ever personally had. I just hope one day this mystery is solved, and that whoever was screaming for help got the help that they were so desperately calling for. Back when I graduated high school, My girlfriend at the time, Tanya, and I spent the summer taking a bunch of road trips. We were both going away for college in the fall, so we decided to make the most of that summer and see as much as we could. We visited the usual road trip tourist traps, but we tried to sprinkle in some of our own ideas as well. Halfway through the summer, we were bored with the normal sightseeing. It was cool and all, but we wanted this last trip to be epic. Tanya started to look up places that were allegedly haunted since we were both big horror fans. She looked at places that offered tours and places that were technically private property. We didn't see any ghosts, but it was cool to visit a lot of these places. If you believe in that kind of thing, I recommend checking out any number of allegedly haunted places. Maybe it's subconscious, but you feel a certain way being in these places. At least we did. We checked out so many places that I can't even remember how many we visited on that trip. Out of all the haunted or cursed places we visited, it was something that wasn't on the list that gave us more of a scare than any other place. I'm not saying we saw a ghost or something paranormal, but we did see something that seemed unexplainable at the very least. We were wrapping up our trip. We loved every second of it, even though we didn't see anything paranormal. While driving back home, we drove through this small New England town. I hate to make it sound cliche, but it looked like every other small New England town you see in pop culture. The town was beat up and looked poor. I would say it still had a strange beauty about it, even though half the town looked like it was falling apart. While driving through town, we passed an old abandoned church that looked like it had a school attached to the church. It looked just like a Catholic elementary school that Tanya and I went to in our hometown. I was initially joking with Tanya and told her that we should try to get inside the school and see if it looks like our old school on the inside. She didn't take it as a joke. She told me to pull over because we were going inside. As a grown adult now, I would never even think about breaking into a building. But being 18 and feeling good in life, I didn't think or care about any of the consequences of my actions.
I'm telling you, bro, and that's how the freak it was, boy. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it was with me and my bro Reagan. Say, I talk about Reagan all the time, bro, because that was a bad little white boy right there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Freaking rebel, man. You know what I'm saying? But same here, bro. Like the things that I used to do when I was younger, man, like, God, I'm like, I could have got killed for now. Like, it's like when you younger, bro, it's like you don't even think about the consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, me and Reagan, we used to be trespassing. I mean, in people's backyards, y'all. Like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how serious trespassing is? We can get shot and killed for that, bro. Being on somebody's lawn, bro. I'm talking about y'all, we used to be walking in their backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just thinking like we just on some playing junk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the whole time, imagine, bro, you look in your backyard and people in your backyard. Bro, we used to be in people's backyard. We used to be antagonizing dogs. It used to be fun to us. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you do that today, bro, somebody get killed. I told the story I'm gonna say before. I forgot who told me this, but it used to be this little gate that me and Reagan used to go over to get to this person's backyard. We used to always be in this one person backyard. Not even that. It was a house right here and it was a house right there. We used to always be in these two people backyard. Like I said, y'all, we used to do some crazy junk. You know what I'm saying? But we used to always jump over this gate and just always antagonize this dog. You know what I mean? And this dog used to be loose too. So like it used to be fun to us. Like this dog always used to be loose. So every time we go and jump over the gate, we know that this dog used to be. So we used to antagonize the dog. The dog used to be chasing us back. You know what I'm saying? Over the fence and stuff like that. But basically, I forgot what it was. I forgot who told us this, but it was this little hole in the gate. It's a little hole in the gate. I remember like it was this little hole in the gate. And one of our friends who was hanging, I don't know if it was Storm, I don't know who it was, but they told me that they seen a dude peeking out in the hole, the gate that we used to peeking out. So for me, I'm certain it was the owner of that dang house. You know what I mean? Cause we, like I said, y'all, we should be doing it so much, be in the backyard. So it's like, bro probably came out, you know what I mean? But it was I think it was Storm or somebody told us that it was this dude. They seen somebody like looking through a hole with a gun pointed out in the middle of that dang hole. You know what I'm saying? Cause we used to do it so much. So I guess he was expecting us and looking for us. You know what I'm saying? But said they seen a dude pointing the gun in the middle of that dang hole, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stuff we was doing, bro. Could have got killed for that jump, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me, what you think I'd do if I seen some people in my backyard? You know what I'm saying? The freak you talking about, bro? These random people in my backyard. We little kids or whatnot, but still, what you in my backyard for, bro? You feel me? Like, heck yeah, bro.
It was dark
You do some craziest when we was a kid, boy.
outside, so we parked in the back of the school because it was overgrown with trees.
Crazy
We
work.
tried several doors to get in, and they were all locked. I thought for sure Tanya was going to call it quits here, but she wanted to keep going. We approached a door on the side of the building that led to the gymnasium. The door was unlocked. We couldn't believe it. We walked right inside like we owned the place. Objectively, it was creepy inside. This place looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. You could literally see the dust particles from the moonlight shining in through the windows of the gym. It also smelled like every animal from this town went into the school to die. We wanted to take pictures, but both of us left our phones in the car, and neither one of us cared to go back. We were living in the moment. On the far side of the gym was a doorway that led into the rest of the school. It was an old brick hallway. It almost looked like a prison. It was super dark. There were small pockets of light from the windows, but that was it. It was barely enough to see in front of you. We walked around the school for a little while. It didn't take long to explore the entire school since it was so small. Other than the horrible smell, it was cool being inside the abandoned school. It was almost like the school was just abandoned one day and left as is. One of the classrooms even had some textbooks on the desk that were open. I regret not taking one with me. One of the coolest things we noticed when walking around was that the school was shaped like a cross inside. The gym was at the bottom of the cross-shaped floor plan, and the hallway that led out from the gym went straight with two paths, one leading right and one leading left. After spending some time in the school and just enjoying the vibes of this place, I heard a weird smashing noise that came from the hallway. At the time, we were in one of the classrooms that was at the end of the left side hallway. I went out into the hall to look, but it was mostly pointless. I was staring into pure darkness for the most part, other than a few shadows from the faint light. Tanya asked if I knew what made that sound, and I told her it must have been a rodent. But before I could finish my sentence, I abruptly stopped speaking. I thought I saw something move at the end of the hall, but it was just so dark I couldn't be sure. Tanya asked me what was happening, and when I was about to tell her that my eyes were playing tricks on me, I got the terrifying confirmation that I didn't want. Something clearly moved. I saw a dark figure rise and block some of the light shining in from one of the open classroom doors at the other end of the hall. I ran back into the class Tanya was in and shut the door. I tried to be as quiet as I could, and I told her that I thought someone was inside the school. She tried telling me that we had explored the entire school and clearly nobody was inside. It had to have been my imagination. I didn't dismiss her because that could have been what happened, but whatever I saw rise from the shadows felt so real. We sat there for a second, trying to compose ourselves. I thought maybe it was time that all these haunted places we visited were starting to get to us. Just before leaving the classroom, we heard something again. Footsteps coming from outside the class and walking in our direction. We both held our breath. Just as it sounded like the footsteps were about to pass the room, they stopped. We looked at each other and knew it was time to make a run for the gym. I quietly made my way to the door before we started our sprint and looked to see if anyone was out there. Thankfully, nobody was out there. I remember trying to rationalize the sound of the footsteps as rodents, even though it clearly sounded like the footsteps of a person. We grabbed each other's hands and made a sprint down the hall, and right before making the turn to head toward the gym, we heard the sound of heavy footsteps chasing us. Not like the light footsteps we heard before. It sounded like a bull was chasing us. Neither one of us looked back. It felt like it was getting close to us as we ran into the gym. When we finally turned around, nothing was there. We could feel and hear something or someone big chasing us, and now nothing was there. It didn't make any sense. We didn't want to find out what happened either, so we made our way to the gym door we came in through. We couldn't get out. I thought maybe the door was sticking, so I started to push and pull the door as hard as I could, but it wasn't budging. We literally walked right inside this unlocked door not long ago, and now all of a sudden the door was locked. None of this was making sense. Since whatever was chasing us was not chasing us anymore for some reason, we tried to logically think of a solution. We were semi-stranded in this old school, but it's not like it was a fortress. Even if every door to the outside was locked, we could easily break a window and get out if we needed to. We tried the gym door a few more times, and when that didn't work out, we decided that we were going to run to the first classroom we could make it to and jump out of the window. We sprinted through the gym and into the hall. As we ran about 30 feet to the first classroom on the left, we heard whatever it was before chasing us again. I tried to look, but I didn't see anything. I just heard it. Whatever was chasing us stopped abruptly. I tried looking through the window on the classroom door, and I still didn't see anything except for a large shadow that was cast on the wall across the hall. The shadow was almost swaying back and forth, but not doing anything that was threatening. Tanya couldn't get the window open, so she smashed it with one of the desk chairs. The sound of the window glass shattering caused the swaying shadow that I was looking at to fade back into the dark. I didn't look to see where it went. I just wanted to get out. We were careful not to cut ourselves on the broken window glass, and we climbed out. We were almost on the other side of where we parked, so we quietly ran to our car.
Don't tell me your freaking tires are freaking smashed.
We didn't hear or see anything.
That's how I be in the horror movies, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we go inside the gym, you know what I'm saying? The freaking gymnasium door was unlocked. You know what I'm saying? When we came in, now we trying to get out. Now it's locked. Okay, now we smashed the door. Now we getting outside of the freaking school. We go back to the car. Oh my God, our freaking tires are slashed. That's how it happens in the horror movies, man.
During this last final run.
And then dun, both of the mother effers die.
We passed the gym door on the way to the car, and I don't know why, but I decided to see if it would still open from the outside as it did for us earlier. And I couldn't believe it. It was locked. I couldn't explain it. I got into the car and we drove off.
Okay, tires not slashed.
Because if anybody broke any laws, it was us. And we didn't want to get into trouble so close to starting college. We stopped dating once college started, but...
See, we stopped dating once college started. That's what I be saying. That's what I be trying to tell everybody, bro. Try to tell, if you're in high school right now, listen to me, bro. And you ain't gonna want to listen. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cycle when it comes to, because I was just like you, bro. They ain't want to listen. Think you know everything. You don't know everything, bro. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what it is when it comes to kids thinking they know everything. And then you try to talk to these kids how the OGs try to talk to you when you were little and they don't listen. It's like a freaking cycle. It's like, dang, you gotta learn just like we had to learn. So you try to tell these shorties, you try to tell them 16 to 15-year-olds, hey, bro, you know that girl that you kicking it with, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be kicking it with her after high school. Bro, it's rare that you hear about a high school sweetheart. It's rare, bro. It's like a 2% chance, bro. I've never in my life heard about a high school sweetheart. How many high school sweethearts you heard about? None. You know what I'm saying? None. Who you hear about, you know what I'm saying, still in high, it's rare, bro. It's rare. You feel me? 98, 99% of the time, you ain't gonna talk to that girl no more. High school is temporary, bro. All that popularity, man. I seen one dude, man, a dude, and this word to the wise. I seen one dude, bro, right up the street where I go. This little grocery mart. He was one of the most popular kids, bro, at school and high school. One of the most known kids. I'm talking about a football star and everything. That man homeless now. The same dude that I seen that know everybody. Everybody knew bro was a football star and everything. At Langston Hughes High School. This was my 9th grade year. I think bro was like in 11th grade. Everybody knew bro. Oh, that's bro. That's bro. Bro was the man around the school. Every time I go up, most of the times when I go up there, I always see bro homeless. That high school popularity meant nothing. And then the same dudes that was hyping him up, the same ones walking past. High school is temporary, bro. You seen when it came to them, right when college started, we broken up. You know why? Because I understand that me and you ain't going to work out. Bro, we going this way, we going that way. Bro, you going to see after high school, you going to be like, dang, Jay said it. The friends you got right now, they ain't going to be your friends at high school. Go and just kiss it goodbye. Enjoy now. Enjoy your high school now. That girl that you talking to, that boy that you talking to, your friends you around. Because y'all got in this mentality right now. We going to be best friends forever. Oh, me and you going to get married. All right. Don't get that girl pregnant. Hey, ask me what my first girlfriend was. My first everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost my virginity when I was 17. Nothing to brag about, but lost my virginity in high school. You know what I'm saying? What's she at now? And Shorty in Florida. I haven't talked to Shorty in like 3 years. Never gonna talk to her again. Imagine if I would have got her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was temporary. That's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? It's temporary, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna listen, bro. You think high school is the life. You think y'all gonna be together forever in high school. You gonna see. You'll be like, dang, Jay, that boy Jay was talking about. Look, some of them people that you with right now, some of them gonna be dead. I can't tell you how many people I went to high school with that died, that went to jail, homeless, military, pregnant. Bruh, after high school, bro, it like immediately everybody just started going different ways. That's what life do to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? My closest partners, I don't talk to them. I talk to them in I don't know how many years. Closest people I was with in high school, but I don't talk to no more. High school is a temporary thing, bro.
We stayed friends.
See, but we stayed friends.
Still friends today, and whenever we see each other, we often bring this trip up. We still share this story whenever we have a chance to share it with someone new. I'm sure there could be some rational explanation for what happened.
I'll still friends.
Just being trapped in that school and witnessing what we heard and saw gives me a lot of pause.
Got it.
The easy explanation was that some person was living in the old school, but that doesn't quite add up to me. Some people might think the story's exaggerated, and you're honestly entitled to your opinion. But we know what we witnessed, and I know I'll never forget my experience being trapped in that old school.
Now y'all friends now. I ain't no dang friends. Stop it. Stop it. Jesus want to go around and be a thought, and then you want to go around and be a thought. Thought nation. And this is another word of advice, word to the wise. This is another advice. Don't ever date a girl in college. Don't you ever date a boy in college. Don't ever. College is like that. College is the devil's playground. I'm talking about the most cleanest girls turn out to be the thottiest when they go to college. You know what I'm saying? It's rare, bro, a girl stays solid, bro, in college. It's rare. Because you know why? Freedom. I ain't got mama all up in my heels. I ain't got daddy out now. I could be a thought now. Same thing for you dudes. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you could ever do, bro, is date a girl in college, bro. The worst thing, I'll never date a girl in college. I'll never even talk to you. I don't want to talk to no girl in college, but you good. Well, you say you in college? All right, bye. That's it. It's over. It's over, brother. It's over.
I'm one of those people who hates the woods, going camping, and pretty much everything that outdoor activities entail.
Word to the wise.
So naturally, my friends planned this reunion trip for us to go camping in the woods. Lucky me. I did vote against it, but I was outvoted.
F the vote.
I'm not gone, but I live on the other side of the country now, and I miss my old friends. So I put my hatred for the outdoors aside so I could spend a few nights with my old closest friends. The first day in the woods, we started hiking in the morning. One of my friends on the trip, Derek, has always been the worst. I mean that in the most loving way possible. He's one of the guys who loves to push the envelope too far. I was an idiot to think this trip would be any different. We strayed off the path a little bit, even with all my protesting. According to Derek and a few of my other friends who were on the trip, a lot of people go off the trails a bit because apparently there are caves all over the massive sprawling woods.
So you got dumb friends
to find these caves because
hey, look, I'm one of them friends, bro, where if I don't want to do something, bro, I'm not gonna do it. See, a lot of y'all cave in because you don't want to look at as a buzzkill, as a weak link. I know I'm not a buzzkill. I know I'm not a weak link. I just don't want to go camping in the woods. Hit me up when you do something that I want to do. But camping in the woods and going in the woods, not my style. Oh my God, Jay, you're a buzzkill. You never want to have fun. I don't want to have fun because I don't want to go in the woods. That's your thing, bro. I don't like the woods, gang. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You feel me? That's one thing about me, bro. When I stand firm on something, I stand firm on something. It's nothing you can do to change my mind, bro.
Claimed it would be super cool.
Because for me, I'm a fun person. I ain't a buzzkill person. For me, So if I don't want to do something, best believe something wrong. Straight up.
I was less than pleased. When we were already far off the normal trail is when Derek decided to inform me that a lot of the area in these woods turns into private property.
You know what I'm saying?
I was furious. I wasn't trying to get shot by some crazy wilderness man.
Talking about.
They all laughed at me and told me to relax. Just because it was private property doesn't mean we were ever going to get caught.
Bro, it's private property, bro.
At least according to them. The way he explained it to me is that there are giant patches of woods that are considered private property, but it's not like it's someone's backyard. The area of the woods that's considered private is a part of dozens of acres of land. It helped soothe my anxiety a little bit, but I still was furious with my lovely friends. We walked for a while in a thick brush of trees and bushes. It wasn't enjoyable. Derek claimed he knew exactly where he was going, but I doubted him. We approached this incredibly steep cliff. Not like a cliff you could fall off and die, but just a huge drop-off. Derek joked that we should be careful we don't fall. I didn't appreciate the humor, but because I could tell I was being a buzzkill, I kept my comments to myself. We were walking close to the side of the cliff because...
And you kind of do sound like a little buzzkill a little bit. You kind of sound like you take things a little too serious. I wasn't tricked by Derek saying that. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall and all that. Like, bro, shut up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You sound like you take things a little bit too serious, my brother.
That's where Derek said a lot of the caves are hidden. I was in the back of the line.
Or it sound like you don't like Derek.
And when I took a step, my foot got caught on a root and I stumbled. It was the scariest experience of my life. I rolled down this steep bluff. I just kept rolling and shouting. I could hear my friends shouting from the top of the cliff. When I finally stopped rolling, I got to my feet and looked how far I'd fallen. I could barely see my friends through all the trees. And when I did see them, they looked like little figures standing on the top of the cliff. I tried climbing back up at first, but that was pointless. I just kept sliding back down. There was nothing to grab onto. I could barely hear Derek shouting, but it sounded like he said go back. And I couldn't be 100% sure, but it also looked like he was motioning his hands in the direction from where we came. I thought it would have been best to just stay put, and they could alert a park ranger to rescue me. But the idiot that I am trusted Derek. I assumed that he must be...
It sounds like you don't like Derek. But the idiot I am trusted Derek. Sound like you don't like Derek, man. I don't think you're a buzzkill. I think you just got a problem with Derek.
He pointing me to a ledge I could climb back up. I started heading in that direction, and when I looked back a few minutes later, I couldn't see my friends anymore. I started to panic. I just kept walking like an idiot, not realizing that I was probably getting myself more lost. What I found out later was that I was heading in the opposite direction from where we came. I felt completely stranded.
See, and that's always the problem right there. Like, the person that never wants to do it, something bad always happens to the person. Am I the only one that realizes that? Like, why does stuff happen to the person that don't want to do it? Why does things always happen to the person that's the good one? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does the tables out? So Derek good. The people that wanted to go outside of here, the people that wanted to do this, they good and they straight. But the person that didn't want to do it is the one stranded. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying, bro, like, you got to think before you do things a lot of times, because it's so many times things happen like this to the person that it's like he didn't even want to be here. You feel me? He didn't even want to come along, but now since he came along, now he the one stranded. And Derek and everybody else just fine.
I started to shout for help, but nothing responded to my shouting. I was scared that an animal was stalking me. I didn't know what kind of animals lived in these woods, and I was easy prey.
It was all type of animal.
I would try to look around to see if an animal was there. I wouldn't see anything except endless trees. A few hours passed, and my initial fear had gone away. I was certainly scared, but I was in that running on adrenaline mode. I felt relief for about 2 minutes because I stumbled across this rocky formation that looked like I could climb it back up to the level I started at, or at least closer to that level I started. I started scaling the rock wall. It was more like giant rock steps than a wall. It wasn't like I was rock climbing. More accurately, I was taking big leaps and grabbing these giant boulders. Just when I thought the nightmare couldn't get any worse, one of the rocks crumbled when I grabbed it, and I got stuck between two rocks. I was legitimately trapped. I kept thinking about that story 127 hours. If you know, you know. I was squirming all around trying to free myself, and it was no use.
Ain't boy, it's like it's meant for you to die.
I finally started to scream. The sun was beginning to set, and I was trapped between two rocks far off the normal trail. I couldn't help but fear the worst. While I was trapped and screaming, I kept hearing the sound I heard earlier. The sound I thought was an animal. I was ready for whatever animal was stalking me to come out and finally eat me. But it wasn't an animal. It was a skinny, middle-aged man with a mustache, glasses, and a red flannel. He came out from the tree line. He was almost too skinny. He slowly approached me with no sense of urgency at all. I was begging for him to help me. I was trying to explain to him that I got lost from my friends and I'm trapped. And he didn't say anything. He just continued to look at my situation. Finally, he spoke up. He ignored everything I said and just asked me if I knew that I was on private property. I played stupid and told him I didn't know and that I got lost. I don't know how he did it, but he grabbed part of my leg, moved a small piece of the rock, and I was able to slide out. I started to thank the man, and he just ignored me and climbed back down. Before I could say anything else to him, he told me that I should follow him because my friends were waiting for me at his house. I tried getting in to clarify, but he just kept walking and told me that my friends were waiting for me. I was so mentally and physically battered and bruised that I didn't question him for some reason. I just kept following him deeper into the woods. I was trying to figure out in my head how my friends found his house. It seemed like we were going in a completely different direction and even further into the woods. The sun was almost completely down. I kept trying to ask him questions or if he could elaborate on any details, but he just stayed quiet except for mumbling a few times. It felt like we walked for a while, and we finally started approaching this big shed structure that was literally in the middle of the woods. It was bigger than a shed, but smaller than a house. He stopped at the door and told me to go inside because my friends were waiting for me. This all seemed wrong. My friends would never just enter a strange man's shed house, especially Derek. I told the man to open the door and tell my friends to come outside, but he told me that I just had to go inside first because it wasn't safe to be outside. Obviously, by now, every alarm bell in my soul was going off. I didn't think for 1 second my friends were in the shed. I thanked the man for saving me and told him I would find my way back from here. So I turned and just ran deeper into the woods. I heard 2 sets of footsteps chasing me as I continued running in the almost pitch-black woods. Eventually, I leaned against a tree and just sat there in the fetal position. I couldn't hear them chasing me anymore, but I didn't want to take the chance of them finding me.
Them?
I would be blindly stumbling around in darkness, and they would clearly have an advantage. I sat there on high alert for several hours, staying as still as I could. I didn't hear a sound for the rest of the night.
Cub supposed to be on vacation. Cub supposed to be on vacation. Cub supposed to be having a good time. Whole time, Derek and them probably eating some s'mores. He'll find his way back. Derek and all them probably eating some s'mores, having a good time. Whole time, this motherfucker running for his life.
When the sun started to come up and I could see, I just started running. I consider myself to be the luckiest person on the planet because after a few hours of running, I made it out of the woods and onto a road. It was one of the roads we had to drive on to get to the park. I flagged someone down who drove by, and they called the authorities for me. My friends were already with a park ranger trying to find me. When we got reunited, I told the ranger about the 2 guys and the giant shed in the woods, and he said he would look into it, and I honestly don't know if he did. I just wanted to get into my car and go home. They asked if I could tell them how to get back to the shed, and I couldn't. I couldn't even tell them if I ran in a straight line to get back to the road. I was so lost and disoriented. Finding my way back was beyond lucky. If I didn't like being in nature before,
Wasn't luck,
I was
brother.
done forever after this expanding list of nightmares.
Trust me.
You don't know true fear until you're stranded in the woods with seemingly no hope that you'll ever get out.
I try to tell y'all, man, stay out of the woods, brother. Know what I'm saying? You got some crazy people in the woods. So imagine if he would have went inside the house. Imagine what would have happened to him. That was probably a serial killer, a cannibal, a person that's a cannibal, you know what I'm saying, that eats humans, because he said he was really skinny. So bro probably looked at you like a meal. Got a thick one here, boys. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of meat on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you never know who you encountering, bro. You feel me? So, man, Stay out the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Stay out the dang woods.